Good morning and welcome back to my channel. I thought today, because the boys have actually left the house for a quick 30 minutes while I film this and it is such a rainy, stormy day, I thought this would be the perfect time to grab a blankie, grab my very much needed coffee and just chat. Fill you guys in like what happened on our trip, just kind of do a recap, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, this is 100% a more of a selfish vlog for me because A, I don't have a lot of time to edit today, and B, I kind of just want to sit down and really just capture all the memories we had from Thailand, because even though it was like 2-3 months ago, I just kind of feel like everything went so quickly. So it's really nice just to sit down and review everything that happened. I also had a few questions pop up on my Instagram. By the way, go follow me, I'll link it over here. And so I'll be answering some of your guys' questions. So grab a blankie, grab a coffee or tea, and let's get into it. But right, I came so prepared. I even wrote a list down on my computer. So that's how you know this is going to be serious. For anyone that's new here, I am Courtney. It's really nice to have you in my vlog. Thank you so much for joining us today. I create videos mainly so far of our trip to Thailand, but going forward, I can't wait to start vlogging our day in the lives. I've got a few videos in the bank, so I'm really excited to edit those and get those ones out to you, because if you're not new here, I'm sure you're so sick of me talking about Thailand. Like, we get it, you went to Thailand, move on. So in my vlogs, I've got some motherhood mixed with lifestyle, mixed with endometriosis chat. I kind of just want this channel to be a safe space for us all to get together and just talk about life. So if you are new here, I would just like to tell you, catch you guys all up to speed. My husband, my toddler, and I decided that we were going to put everything into our storage unit and go to Thailand for 3 months. You can catch up on all of that in my Get to Know Me vlog, which I'll link at the top. You can also watch my Koh Lanta vlog, which I'll link at the top, and of course our Phuket vlog. So go and watch those. I really enjoyed filming those, and that'll kind of keep you up to date with what's been going on. Fast forward to where we are now. We're in Cape Town, we're home, we're staying in an Airbnb, and we're just kind of catching our breath before we move on to the next step, which I'll get into in a later vlog. There's a lot going on which I can't speak about too much right now, but hopefully, yeah, we just got a lot going on. Don't worry, I'm not pregnant. Like, this is not a low-key like pregnant announcement. No, that's no. Anyway, the reason why we went is because both my husband and I work online, and we felt like life was just so boring. We're 27. We felt like the routine was really getting to us, and with COVID, we had a really tough time. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. My husband started a restaurant. We had Heath 2 days before lockdown. And it was just so chaotic that we kind of lost that like magical lust for life, you know? Let me know if you also think of that song. Is it Lana Del Rey? Not important. Back to the topic of this vlog. So yeah, we just kind of threw caution to the wind and we went over to Thailand for 3 months. We stayed in Phuket mainly, and we spent, I think, like a month in Koh Lanta, and we also went to our Nang and Krabi on the mainland. So we did see a good portion of Thailand, but we didn't really go and explore as much as we probably should have. But hey, we had fun, and I got a really nice tan out of it, which I'm missing in this cold winter. So yeah, if you are new here, that is our story. Welcome to the vlog. I really, really appreciate you being here. And of course, for everyone who has supported my channel so far, thank you guys. You are the best, and I really appreciate you. So I just want to take you guys through, I'll take you guys through exactly like what we did, where we went, what I recommend doing in those places, and then at the end I will just recap how we managed to actually keep our toddler entertained on a 16-hour, 18-hour journey. I had a lot of questions about that coming through, but I would just pop it all at 8 and we kind of break it down like that. So first, coffee break. Before we booked our trip, COVID was still like pretty much a big thing still. So in Thailand they had those, what is it called, sandbox programs, which basically meant you booked in a hotel and you could do whatever you wanted in that hotel, but you had to stay there for, I think it was 3 nights, and on arrival you do your COVID test, and then 2 days later you do another COVID test and you upload it to this portal. So that's why we started off our trip in a very fancy hotel, which I will pop here. It was so good. I remember after our flight, like I said, it was an 18-hour flight, but we had a 9-ish, maybe even 12 hours. I think it was actually 12 hours in Dubai with a toddler. It was hectic, I'm not gonna lie, I was really tired. So we actually, all 3 of us had our COVID test at the airport. We got a private transfer to the hotel, and we just walked into our quarantine room and we all had a shower and slept for 3 hours. And it was quite honestly the best nap of my life. I must nap that nap. I still think of that nap. Then from there, we had to wait to get our COVID tests back, and it was so horrible because once we woke up, and it was such beautiful weather, and we're like, oh, we just want to go explore, go to the beach, go to the pool, and actually enjoy this little bit of holiday. But we had to wait for about 8 or 6 hours, I think, in the hotel room, which wasn't bad. And then we arrived to the most spectacular hotel room, if I do say so myself. My husband did such a good job at booking that, and it was so good. All of us just had the best time. But it was incredibly hot. Poor Heath had the worst heat rash. My poor guy. So if you are planning a trip to Phuket from Cape Town or somewhere a bit colder, do prepare for that, because I personally wasn't prepared for the amount of humidity that we experienced. Then we spent like, I think 10 days in an apartment in Kamala, just down the road from our hotel actually. I don't know if you guys are the same, but personally I do pretty badly in new environments. I have really bad anxiety in terms of just like, I don't know, I'm a wimp. I don't like trying new things. If anything's out of my comfort zone, I tend to kind of like freeze up, and Tom is my security blanket 1000%. When we are in situations like that where I don't know how things work or how things go, he is my go-to. I'm just like, you lead the charge. So from Kamala we went to Wheeewee, which I think Wheeewee was actually where he opened up the most, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. We stayed in another apartment block for 10 days in Wheeewee, and across the way from us there were these 2 kids that stayed there, and I think they were like 7 and 5. I don't know. They didn't speak English, but Heath somehow made the best friends with these 2 kids, and it was so sweet. It was really where I actually saw Heath grow into the kid he is today. Before we went to Thailand, I don't want to say he was timid and shy, because I don't really like calling my child shy. I don't like using that word, but he definitely was a bit more reserved, which is good. I'm trying to teach him to listen to his tummy. I'm trying to teach him, if you don't feel comfortable saying hello to this person, you don't have to. When he met these new kids, before we'd go to Thailand, he would like sit by himself or like sit with me and his dad and observe rather than interact. But with these kids in this new environment, he just like went for the kids. He was playing with them and showing him all like these cool things in the pool. We also, by the way, now that I think of it, got Heath into swimming lessons before we left. That wasn't actually planned. We were doing swimming lessons before we were thinking of going overseas. But I do recommend, if you are planning on going away to somewhere that has beaches and pools, maybe get your child into swimming lessons just to get them comfortable with the water, get yourself comfortable with the water. If you wanting to do those type of activities with your kids, it really did help us, and I think it really helped Heath feel excited to go into that new environment. Why was nice. I think the biggest struggle for us was we didn't have a car, so we relied on all the 7-Elevens and Family Marts that were next to us. and often we would just eat like 7-Eleven fast food for lunch and for dinner. By the end of the trip, we were so sick of 7-Eleven food, which is funny now because we were often like, oh, that would be so nice to have this. Like, I'm craving this green coconut bun from 7-Eleven. If you had it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is so good. So from Wheeewee, we then went to Ao Yon. Tom always makes fun of me of how I say it, and that was actually really a funny spot. I would highly recommend visiting the spot because it is quite remote, but it's still part of Phuket and still part of like the central town, so you get that quietness of your own private beach. It's not exactly private, but I mean, honestly, I think I could count on one hand how many people would be on our part of the beach every day. It wasn't a lot. Yeah, I will link our Airbnb below if you guys want to go check it out, because I really did love staying there, and I think if you are planning a trip to Thailand, that is where you should stay. Really recommend. Ao Yon, I don't know. Tom, if you're watching this, shh, I can hear you making fun of me. So from there, and I think if you guys have gone to Thailand, if you have experienced the spot, let me know in the comments below if you feel the same way. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm weird. But we went to Phi Island for a weekend after where we stayed. And so we actually took a ferry from where we stayed to Phi, which was only about an hour and a half, or not too bad. When we got there though, I don't know, I think like everyone speaks about how Phi Island is like and how it's this amazing spot, and it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. And maybe it's because we were with a toddler, so we may have not been able to do the things people go there to do. But Tom and I both felt really claustrophobic there. It is the smallest island, but yet as you get off your ferry, there's a huge McDonald's and like a Burger King. I mean, personally, this might be a hot take, but if I'm flying like X amount of hours around the country to this beautiful island, tropical island, I don't really want to see McDonald's. I don't really want to see Burger King. I can get that at home. But it just, the amount of plastic that was on the islands and in the sea, oh my gosh. While I have your ear, please pick up your litter from the beach. Don't be that person. Just throw it in the bin. Take it home with you. Recycle. Don't use plastic. Then we stayed at a really lovely hotel there. I will definitely link that below if you are keen. It was really child friendly, a beautiful pool, we had a beautiful room, had everything we needed. Like I said, we were only there for 2 nights on the weekend, so it wasn't like we were planning a long stay there. However, we did want to plan to go to Phi before our month-long trip in Koh Lanta, just because we were like, we haven't really gotten to enjoy the beaches of Thailand. We haven't really been able to like tourist in Thailand yet, so that was a really nice like introduction into the month ahead that we were going into. I really struggled with moving around so much, so it was really good to be still and like go grocery shopping as we would at home and have like, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're having this menu, we're doing these meals, we're going out on these days. I personally thrive in an environment like that, which is quite funny because I think Tom is the opposite of that. Tom's very much like happy to live one day to the next and pack a backpack and go. Anyway, we stayed in Koh Lanta for a month, which is in Krabi. In my opinion, I personally think Koh Lanta was a lot nicer than Phi. If you're looking for water sports and you're looking for like the classic Thailand experience, Phi is great, love that. But if you're looking to like for a bit more of a calm, low-key vibe, Koh Lanta is perfect. We stayed in the nicest place in Mali Highlands. Like I said, you can watch my Koh Lanta vlog up here. And that apartment was incredible. It was such a deal. It was 11,500 rand for a month in this amazing, beautiful apartment with our private pool. In the complex, we had a gym. There was, I think there were there were two restaurants. There was like a dinner restaurant and a lunch restaurant, and then there was a breakfast spot that had an indoor tennis court. It had a big kids water slide thing. Like, it was amazing. It was really, really good. I would highly recommend renting a car if you are planning a longer stay in Thailand, because we just got to explore things we wouldn't usually do. It gets complicated trying to budget whilst you're getting taxis everywhere. So I just want to add a disclaimer. Although we were living our best lives in Thailand, don't get me wrong, we still had to live on the budget that we were living on at home. So thankfully, like the one time that the South African exchange rate is in our favor, it was about 2 to 1. So everything, whatever something cost there, it was half the amount of rands. I hope that makes sense. So as I was saying, sorry, the boys have gotten home, had to reset. As I was saying, while we were living our best lives in Thailand, we still had to live our budget that we'd have at home. So that did make things a little interesting, because at the same time you're like, oh well, we're in this beautiful place, so you want to go and like have cocktails on the beach every day. That does get expensive. Although it is cheaper in Thailand, you can't you can't go out every meal and have cocktails at every meal. So from Koh Lanta, we then stayed in Ao Nang, which I'll pop a few clips here. I really wanted to make a vlog on our trip here, but the quality just wasn't great. It was actually where I kind of started to think I wanted to start this vlog, so I was still learning, and the wind was really awful in a lot of the clips, so I thought that's actually why I wanted to create this vlog, so I could pop all of these memories into one vlog and make it make sense. We are in Ao Nang in Krabi, and this is where we're staying. Got a little sleeper couch. It's a beautiful view. This opens up. Has made himself quite comfortable playing with the aircon and the Wi-Fi. This is our room. I particularly like these lights, so cute, and that's the view from our room. How amazing. So while we were in Ao Nang, we actually went to Railay Beach, and we were dinguses about it, I'm not gonna lie to you. One thing that we read said that you should get the boat ticket there only and not back. Don't do that. Don't be like us and get a one-way ticket. Get both ways. Get both ways. It'll make your life easier, and you won't have to sit in the rain and the wind like we did. And then we wrapped up our trip in Kamala. Now, Kamala, if you're traveling as a family, I really do recommend going here. The beaches are a lot more quiet. It has the most amazing restaurants on the beach, and I know a lot of people who go to Phuket want to go to Patong, but yeah, if you're a family, Kamala is everything you need. It has restaurants, beautiful beach, and the accommodation is really great too. One of the best memories I have of this whole trip is Heath, Tom and I actually went out in the middle of a huge monsoon storm, and we got takeout, and we were the only people on the beach. And we okay, come here. But it was just one of those memories that in the moment Tom and I knew were making a memory that we would always look back on and think like, that was such a good indicator of our trip. And I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it. It was just really special. And I think what I enjoyed the most from this trip is that because there was so much uncertainty, in the sense that we didn't have a routine, I didn't know how Heath was going to handle it, I just didn't know how it would go. Tom and I became so much closer, and the three of us became so much closer, and that is something that I will do again in a heartbeat. And it's really nice to feel like it doesn't matter where your physical home is, as long as the people you're with, as long as you love them and you guys are safe and you have everything you need, like that's home. So that was special. But anyway, that is our whole trip kind of wrapped up in a few minutes. So the biggest thing, and if you're watching this vlog, you're probably like, yeah, lady, get to it. I'm just here for travel tips with a toddler. I hear you. So for the first, on the way to Thailand, that was the hardest trip in my opinion, because we had a 12-hour layover, because the flight times were a bit funny, and because I didn't know what to expect, right? Like, I don't know, I didn't do that before. So our plane left Cape Town at, I think it was 6, 7, not important. So luckily that was around about the time Heath would sleep at night. So he went down pretty easy. We were still breastfeeding, and we are still breastfeeding, so I just popped him on the boob and he fell asleep. I will recommend, if you are breastfeeding, please bring a cover with you if you feel uncomfortable with people seeing you. Personally, I don't care who sees my boobs out, but if I just, like, there's a woman opposite me who, if she could kill me with her eyes, I wouldn't be here today. So it just made me feel a little bit more comfortable when we did our trip back, that I had a blanket or something to put over Heath, so I didn't feel like I was exposing myself or making anyone uncomfortable. But again, that's probably just a me problem. You can, it's your body, you do what you want. And I support you, because breastfeeding is important, and who cares, lady opposite me. So that was fine, that was okay, but I personally didn't get much sleep because Heath was lying on me. Although we had the whole road to ourselves, it was Tom, Heath, me. I don't really need to explain how a toddler sleeps. If you're watching this and you're a mom, I'm like, you know. So yeah, I didn't unfortunately get much sleep, and we did arrive. Are you eating Peppa Pig, Yogi? And when we arrived to Dubai airport, we were all just so tired, and we slept on these really uncomfortable chairs for like an hour just to kind of catch our breath. I got the most perfect photo of all three of us, so I'll pop it here for you guys to see. But I mean, classic dad, am I right? The dad's sleeping and the mom's got the toddler wrapped up in her arms. So one thing I will recommend doing if you are planning a long layover is, if it's in your budget, definitely invest in 6 hours at the RX lounge or some type of lounge. You were. So the RX lounge in Doha was amazing, and it made our travels a lot easier. It made me a lot more settled. It also gave us a chance to get changed, refresh, and we knew we could tackle the next flight easily. Heath got a good nap in, I got a nap in, Tom napped. We even did some work while we were in the lounge. So I really highly recommend. Then the second flight, oh my gosh, that was such a flipping disaster for a number of reasons, but Heath did sleep. We were really lucky that Heath did get to sleep most of our traveling time. So if you're looking for travel tips, book a flight during sleep time, because that was saving grace, really, truly. In terms of keeping him preoccupied and entertained, that was more something that we had to worry about on the way back, because on the way back, our flight left at 9 Thailand time, and then we landed in Doha at like 2, and then our next flight was at 4. So it was really disruptive of Heath's sleep patterns, and that was the one I was mostly concerned about. So what we packed for him were lots of books. He had all of his favorite books together. He had some toys, he had some coloring in books. But honestly, if you let your kids watch TV, just let them watch TV. Download Peppa Pig on your phone, bring an iPad, whatever you need to do to keep yourself sane, do it. What is also nice about our flight is that they gave us a box of things for Heath to do. It had like crayons and an activity book. He was too young for that, to be honest, but it did give him something to be excited about. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was hard, and I don't have any tips and tricks that are out of this world. It was just, we got really lucky with booking our flights mainly while Heath slept. But keep in mind upon descent that there's a good chance, if you are leaning on snacks for entertainment, there's a good chance that your child will get a little car sick, a little air sick, and vomit, like that happened to us everywhere. So pack wet wipes, pack a clean change of clothes, pack 4 changes of clothes if you need, nappies, water. We brought Heath his own water bottle on the plane so that he always had some form of hydration, because Tom and I both get extremely dehydrated on planes. We packed a blanket for him so that he would have extra comfort and just have something familiar. We also prepped him for the plane. I will grab it and come show you guys. We have a Peppa Pig goes on holiday book where they show that the family goes on holiday in an airplane, so he was really excited about that. And he also had a plastic plane toy, so we got to explain all of that to him beforehand. And we also had this bag, which I'll go and grab for you guys to show you. Judge me all you want, because Lord knows I've judged parents who have the same setup. Having a kid on your lead in a busy airport, game changer. Not only could we fit all our things in his bag and he could have his own bag, but it just meant I had that extra sense of security. Let me go grab it quick. So I couldn't find the Peppa Pig book, but that's okay because I found something even better. I did have found the bag. This is from Takealot, nothing fancy. I think it was like 200 rand if I'm not mistaken, but it has clips, so it actually clips around your child's chest like that, and then the lead with a little handle. Very cute, simple, nothing too fancy. We actually have Heath's water wings in here, but what I did want to show you is that God bless Tom's mom. She's a preschool teacher who's amazing, and she made Heath the sweetest little like travel kit, I guess, with these activities. But this one I actually wanted to show you the most. This is Heath's sticker book with Peppa Pig, of course, and inside the book and I'll show you that she had a bunch of stickers matching the activity, so Heath could sit down, peel off the stickers and pop them onto the pages. So here he had a farm themed one, and in the sleeve here she would have the stickers. Unfortunately Heath has pulled most of them off but you get the idea. And then there's like a garden one. Here's a good example. Here's the under the sea one, so you can see Heath has stuck these on, and then he actually quite enjoyed pulling them off again and putting them on. So that was a really fun activity, and that kept him busy a lot. Those are all my tips and tricks, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this vlog. I hope that helps anyone who has any plans to travel with a toddler soon. If you guys are planning, or if you're thinking of putting your things into storage and going on an adventure with a child, I can't recommend it enough. You don't have to go overseas, you don't have to do anything fancy. Like, put your kids in the car and go on holiday if you can afford it. Let me know if you guys want me to actually dive into how we budgeted for this trip, how we managed to make it work. I think you'll actually be surprised at how we did manage it, and it took a lot of scrimping and saving, and yeah, anyway, let me know if you guys want to hear that one. If there are any more vlogs that you want from me, please let me know. I think the next vlog that I want to film is actually a sit down endometriosis chat, so let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments below. This actually wraps up our whole Thailand vlog experience, so from here on out you'll see videos from Cape Town, you'll see videos of my family, days in the lives, all that jazzy. So if you are new here, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a big thumbs up. It'll really support, and it'll help me know what you guys want to see from me. So all that being done and said, I will see you guys around very soon. Bye!